Hey Cancer, we are going to be doing your reading, so we're going to get right into it and see what is going on for you guys, Cancer. All right, Cancer, let's see, Cancer. All right, I'm sorry. Oh boy. Okay, let's see what's going on here, Cancer. Sorry, I got like a personal download. All right, 3 of Cups reversed. Yeah, it's like personal. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Cancer. Okay. All right, Cancer. Queen of Swords is at the bottom. I think I like that, actually. I think I like that a whole lot. So let's see what's going on. You guys have the 6 of Swords. This is showing up in the area of your mind. Maybe there's something that you're kind of like letting go of something, or just like releasing something here, moving on in some sense, or that's at least maybe what you're thinking of, okay? Something like that. That's kind of what I feel like. But why does this feel sneaky? You know what this kind of feels like? This feels like maybe, okay, I don't know if this is your energy, but I'm understanding somebody like causing like a huge scene and then being like, all right, bye, and like walking away like, okay, see ya. So I don't know. I'm understanding something about that. So, all right. In the area of your feelings. So I mean, that's not going to be for everybody. Not everyone's like, haha, I'm going to like cause like a friggin' public disturbance and then like be on my merry way here, you know, that kind of thing. So I don't know, but you know, it could just be that again, maybe there's something you're thinking of in the terms of like, you know what, I got to move on from this, or there's going to be something like kind of like easier in the future, or you know, that kind of stuff. Okay, maybe even like kind of shipping off from like drama, I don't know, something like that. So all right, you have the Knight of Swords. This is showing up in the area, if I can get off the table, this is showing up in the area of your feelings. So I feel like there is something that you're like, well, this really needs to happen now, or you maybe are feeling like you have to like explain yourself in some sense, okay, that kind of stuff. You know what I gotta tell you? It also feels like there's something here that I almost understand that you're feeling like I have to intercept information, or I have to get there first, or something like that. Okay, that's kind of what I'm feeling. Might be something that's going on here. All right. All right. You also might feel like you're communicating in like a really interesting way. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a new type of way, or something. So all right. Okay, I'm also getting somebody being like, you have to double check the directions. Like you have to check that again. You're like, is this, are we going the right way? Or I don't know, something like that. So, okay. I know that directionality actually weirdly came up in some readings. I don't know when they were, but it happened. So, all right, let's see. You guys have the Ace of Pentacles. This is showing up in your environment. So possibly an opportunity of some sort. Okay. Maybe this is, you know, maybe that's what you're thinking of, is like, well, I'm going to kind of like ship off from this thing, or kind of like depart from some situation, or, you know, something here. And I wonder if like, you're kind of like, well, I'm going to, I have a destination in mind, or I have this particular like goal, or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. So, all right, let's see. I don't know why I'm getting the Boston Tea Party in my head. That's kind of like what I'm not sure, guys. That's I don't know what that's about, but I don't know. I got that with this. So I'm maybe you guys are like history people. I definitely, you know, I got to tell you, I mentioned Salem, not New Hampshire, Salem, Massachusetts, in an air sign reading. So maybe you guys like maps. I don't know. Maybe. All right. So, okay. You guys have the 6 of Pentacles, and this is showing up for what you're wanting. I think you're just wanting an opportunity. That's a little bit what it feels like here, okay? Or there's something that you're maybe wanting to like very specifically be like, okay, I'm handing this to you. I'm giving you this thing, that kind of stuff, all right? So for some of you guys, maybe there is something in your environment that is like, I don't know, a new object or whatever the heck it is. I just like this is clearly something new, okay, that kind of stuff. But with the Ace of Pentacles, here's the thing. It's not just like an instant gratification. Like this, it's just a pentacle. It's just one little pentacle there, okay? So it's like, you know, you got to work on that. You have to, this is something that could absolutely be taking maybe a lot of time, that kind of stuff, or something that you kind of have to like really cultivate, that kind of situation. You know, for what you're wanting here, I think that you're maybe, you're either you either want somebody else to possibly reciprocate something back to you. And for others of you, I am not going to lie, it almost feels like you're like, I don't want you to reciprocate that. Like, you know, it's like, oh no, like that's all you, like that, you don't have to, maybe you're like, you don't have to pay me back. I don't know, that kind of thing. So, all right, interesting. I am also getting social media. Okay, so some of you guys, maybe there is a particular thing on social media that like you have a particular like a goal with that, or you know what I'm saying, something in that way. All right, let's see. So you guys have the Two of Cups, and this is showing up for the possible issue here. Maybe there's just something that's like not really like a great fit or a great match, that kind of stuff. Okay. I also wonder if there's maybe, I wonder if there's already been a pairing of something, or something's already been kind of like grouped together or whatever the heck it is there. And maybe that is showing up as a possible issue. Okay. Certainly could be. All right. I'm also getting like split the difference, or there's an issue in the difference of something. Okay. Like oh man, there's like a specific word. Of course, I'm not gonna be able to friggin' think of it, but like, I don't know. There's like a difference. Like if there was like a line seg. Okay, you know what it is? It's like you take one number, you take the other one, you add them together, divide it by 2. Okay, that number in the middle. I know there's mean. I don't know. I don't remember all that. It was like from like friggin' 3rd grade. But I understand something about that becoming an issue. Okay, or that is an issue of some sort. All right, like splitting the difference, or something in the middle, or something like that. There's something. I'm understanding this as like splitting the difference, or there's something that is a different something or other, and that is, I suppose, presenting as some sort of issue. So, all right, you guys have the Two of Swords, and this is showing up for your opportunity. Possibly you have the opportunity to maybe ignore a particular issue, or maybe for some of you guys, I wonder if this is a particular couple. Okay, that Two of Cups. I wonder if this is a particular couple that maybe you don't like that particular couple. You don't have to. You don't have to like anyone. That's, do what you want, you know? But I wonder if this is like, hey, you could just like ignore that situation, or avoid it, or like keep scrolling, or, you know, doing, I don't know, anything like that, you know, that kind of stuff. I'm kind of picking that up here, Cancer. So, all right, let's see. I don't know if you're dealing, I don't know what, I don't know what's going on here, Cancer, but there might be some like frustration. Okay, there might be some frustration here. And I'll tell you another thing, this Ace of Pentacles might actually be somebody who is actually gathering something, getting ready to actually put out something, do something here, create something about that. All right, that kind of stuff. Maybe for you. Okay, maybe this is like all for you. So all right, let's see. Cancer. Maybe there's another way out of something here, but I'm understanding this as like, again, it's like if there's something here that you do not like, you can avoid it. Or they're not like, you know, I don't know, avoid it, ignore it, I don't know, doing something. They're the Queen of Swords, you know what I'm saying? It's like maybe you're giving somebody the cold shoulder, or I don't know, something about that, okay? So interesting. I wonder if there's like frustration, or even anger with part of whatever is going on here. So, all right, let's see. Maybe you have an opportunity to like open up like somebody else's eyes, or kind of be, well, sorry, I'm like picturing somebody like prying open somebody's eyeballs, but I don't know, there might be something about that is kind of like showing maybe somebody else like a different way to do something here, or kind of seeing to not take something as like, it's got to be this way, or it's that way, or that's it. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. So yeah, I think so. And that might be this whole Two of Cups here that we were saying, like differences, that kind of stuff. Maybe this is like a little bit of like an area of gray, that kind of thing, you know, something about that. All right. All right, let's see what's up. Cancer. Whoa, the Sun card and the Star card. Okay, maybe you guys are famous. I don't know. That's cool. This is a surprise to nobody. Oh, there's you guys. I was also gonna say maybe you guys like love music, or there's something that like maybe you're like healing your inner child about something, that kind of stuff. Okay, yeah, I gotta tell you something here, Cancer. There's clues everywhere. Okay, so I'll tell you that right now. So if you are trying to figure out something that is like really, it's like what is going on, this is like confusing, I'll tell you something. As long as you are like really, I would say, have like an open mind, that kind of stuff. And I don't know, I don't really know what the prerequisites for this is, okay, guys, but like I will say there's clues everywhere. Okay, the information, it's like it's almost to the point where it's almost too obvious, is what I'm understanding here. Okay, that kind of thing. So I'm not sure which side of the situation that you guys are on. So maybe you guys are watching Maybe you're spying on somebody. Maybe you're cross-watching, you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. What's this? The Six of Cups here. Six of Pentacles and then the reverse King of Pentacles. So maybe you guys are dealing with a Taurus, okay? That could possibly be something. You know what's interesting? You have the Six of Pentacles here for what you guys are wanting. Maybe there's something here that you're like, I want to reverse time. I literally want to like, or I want to take that thing back. I wish I didn't say that. I wish I didn't do that. Or I wish this didn't take that long, or, you know, something like that. So, all right, let's see what the heck is going on here, Cancer. I feel like this is sneaky. Funny enough, you don't have the Seven of Swords out here, and literally like every other sign like had that. So let's see what's going on. Maybe you guys are sick of the number 6 and you're like, let's get to 7. Let's do that. You know what I'm saying? Could be. Could be. I don't know. Let's see. Cancer. These are all face down. We're not going to do that. But look, the Six of Swords came out again. So you have a lot of repeating stuff going on. Wouldn't be surprised if you're seeing repeated numbers. All right. That kind of stuff. Okay. Maybe, the same number. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, you have 2 6s here. Okay. So I don't know, maybe, and then 2 2s. What the heck? I did a reading. What did I say? I don't know. It was something. 6 of Wands. Maybe you're like, oh, I saw that one. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to clarify, but it's like not working. Knight of Swords came out, so maybe I'll just like stop talking. Story of my life. And yeah. Okay, let's see. 2 cards. The Emperor again. Excellent. All right, so let's see. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you guys are feeling royal. All right, you guys have the Six of Swords and you have it with the Knight of Swords here. This is showing up in the area of your mind. I think this is like a quick getaway or a quick turnaround of something, okay? That kind of stuff. Maybe it's like, we got to like launch off to this thing real quick, that kind of thing, depart from this, and then like quickly turn around. This almost feels like I want to say a relay race, but I don't think that's at all what I mean to say. It's more like, well, okay, kind of, but it's like, you know, when you like pass the baton to somebody and pretend a relay race, I'm understanding the baton being communication, okay? Like being like, okay, now I told you the message, like run back and tell them, or, you know, that kind of stuff. Maybe you guys are playing the telephone game. I'm not really sure. Okay. So, all right, let's see. You know, I got to tell you, I'm also understanding something where it's like, if I had just said one more thing, or if I had like found another opinion or something about that, it's almost like, would something have changed, or would I have stayed where I am, or, you know what I'm saying? Something about that. So, all right. I think your mind is like really active right now, like a lot of thoughts, that kind of stuff. Okay. Maybe making a lot of connections. All right. Certainly could be, or maybe you're just thinking of something in the terms of like, I have to say this immediately, like there's no time to think. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're not wanting to think. I know that sounded kind of mean. I didn't mean it like that. I meant like kind of in a good way, being like, we're not going to overthink this. We're just going to do it, you know? So, all right, you have the Knight of Swords again, and then you have it with the Eight of Pentacles here. This is showing up in the area of your feelings. Pretty sure those are the 2 cards that like came out in the beginning for you guys. I think it might have been. So I do feel like you're feeling a sense of like, I need to kind of, it almost feels like you're wanting to rush through something here. Okay. That kind of stuff. Or like, again, I'm getting this idea of like explaining yourself or something about that. Okay. Possibly feeling like you have to, again, I want to like do like damage control or something about that, like delivering like information or doing something extremely quickly, and like it feels like anxious energy, okay, that kind of stuff. So I do think that you have like a goal in mind, or there's something that you're like this needs to happen now, or I need to kind of like figure this out right now, that kind of stuff. Okay, you might be like racing around all over the place or trying to figure out like a bunch of different things, okay, that kind of stuff. Maybe some of this has to do with scheduling or whatever the heck it is, that type of situation. But I do think that there is something here where you're feeling a sense of like, you know, everything like has to be the same, or this has to be like done. I don't even know if it's like has to be the same, but it's like this needs to be done in the most efficient way, that kind of stuff. It's like there's no room for like nonsense or BS or like anything like that. That's kind of what I'm feeling. You guys did have that. I think the Emperor come out twice. So I don't know. You know, maybe this is real serious. So I don't know. Let's see. You guys have the Ace of Pentacles and you have it with the Eight of Swords, and this is showing up in your environment. So I feel like maybe there is something that is like, you know, somebody might be feeling trapped by something here. Okay, a new opportunity that maybe they're like, I don't know what to do with this. Okay. I also understand possibly feeling like like a responsibility or something was just kind of like dropped on somebody, and now they might be like, okay, now I'm stuck with this thing, like what the heck do I do, that kind of stuff. Okay, I do understand that. All right, yeah, and it could even be that there's maybe something that you're wanting to get up and running, or wanting to, I don't know, start a new thing, or have some type of opportunity, whatever it is. But I wonder if you were feeling constricted by time, or in the way that you would like explain something, or you know what I'm saying, that kind of stuff. Hmm all right, okay. All right, let's see. So, I feel like there's a way to get out of something, or that's like what we're trying to figure out. Do you know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I'm understanding here. So, all right, you have the Six of Pentacles, and you have it with the Two of Cups. Again, you have like a lot of repeating cards. Okay, so you know, twos and sixes are basically all over your reading. So, all right, okay, so yes, this is showing up for what you guys are wanting. So maybe you're wanting like a partnership here that is like just equal back and forth, or equal give and take, that kind of stuff. Okay, I definitely understand that. All right. And I also understand something about maybe wanting to have like an agreement of some sort about like where something is being allocated, or, you know, that kind of stuff. All right. I don't know if maybe you're dealing with somebody who's maybe like always working, or always, I don't know, doing something, okay, and maybe you're feeling like kind of trapped by like somebody else's, I want to say work schedule, or you know, something about that, okay? There might be something regarding that, or somebody else maybe is like, oh, I wanted to do this thing, but I can't because I'm locked into this, or I'm trapped by this thing, or I'm stuck here, you know, that kind of stuff. So, all right. All right, you guys have the Page of Wands, and this is showing up as what to do. So I feel like there's maybe something about having, I don't know, maybe I want to say thinking of like something fun to do with whoever this Two of Cups is. Okay, maybe a Capricorn person. I feel like we might have already said that. I had to restart your reading because my phone just decided to turn off, or the camera just stopped being a camera. So I don't really know. I might have said it in this one, or the couple minutes of footage for the other one. All right. I also feel like this is getting ready for something. I don't know. I'm understanding that. Okay, Page of Wands here is what to do, is to get ready for something, or to kind of like maybe pump yourself up so that like your body and like your mind are both like awake, or like stimulated in some sense, you know, that kind of stuff. All right, so you have the Ten of Swords, and you have it with the Lovers card here, and this is showing up as what to avoid. So all right, I think that this is maybe avoiding like going back and forth between like, okay, this decision, just kidding, I'm going to take it back and make this decision instead, blah, 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 like that kind of stuff. I feel like that maybe is something to avoid here. Okay, again, like you have the Two of Cups twice here. They have the Lovers card, all that. So maybe this has something to do with like a relationship going from like, I don't know, a friendship to something more than that. Okay, or this is just maybe like the harmony, the dynamics in a particular group or a partnership, whatever the heck it is. Okay, that kind of stuff. Maybe somebody made a choice that they're maybe like going back on, or you know, that could also be part of whatever this is. All right. This is reminding me of a song. I don't remember I don't know the name of the song at all. I'm actually not going to sing the lyrics because they're really inappropriate, but I wasn't going to sing on YouTube anyway, but so I don't know. All right, let's keep going here. All right, so you guys have the Two of Cups, and you have it with the Nine of Wands, and this is showing up for the possible issue. I feel like there's somebody who just doesn't want to let their guard down. That's what I feel. I feel like it's either a situation where it's like, you know, a choice was made, or whatever the heck it is, or yeah, that kind of thing, or something. And I feel like it's just like somebody's just not wanting to let their guard down. You know what I'm saying? That's really what I think it is. I also think there's probably an issue in the terms of maybe, you know, a lack of like finding like a compromise on something, you know, that kind of situation. That's really what I'm feeling. It feels like stay back. Okay. I'll even say this could even be, you know, we were saying something about maybe there's like a particular couple that you're like, oh, I don't like them, or whatever the heck it is. Again, okay, you know, you don't have to like everyone. I understand that, okay. But maybe I don't know. Maybe you're feeling like you have to like hide from them, or you're feeling like you have to like be on, I don't know, like kind of defensive about something, that kind of stuff, with either, again, like a particular couple of some sort. Okay, that kind of stuff. And I'll tell you another thing, for some of you guys, this could even be that the issue is that like, I don't know, something kind of like happened here, transpired, and now you might be like, well, I'm going to just speak to like me and my higher self, and I'm not letting anybody know what I'm doing, you know, that kind of stuff. Okay, that could also be part of whatever this is. All right. All right. Okay. I'm looking at this Knight of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles here, and I'm understanding this as feeling like you either have to like move around while you're working on something. I understand that completely, okay? I mean, I don't know, that I get that. That makes sense. That to me is that, I gotta tell you, that actually increases efficiency or whatever the heck it is if you're comfortable when you're like, I don't know, trying to work on something, or if there is something that takes like a lot of focus, effort, that kind of stuff, you know, maybe there's something that you're feeling like I need to move around a little bit, or I even need to like maybe listen to music, or have like, I don't know, I kind of want to say like screaming when you're not supposed to. I don't know. I gotta tell you, maybe you guys have a lot of like, sorry, I'm laughing, but it's only because that's me. Intrusive thoughts all day long. So like maybe that's like what it is. Maybe you're like, okay, it's like really quiet in here and like everyone's working, and you might be like, I'm gonna scream. I don't know. Sorry, I don't think you guys are gonna scream. I'm understanding this as like having a battle with like your, I don't know, like your inner self. Here's an example. Okay, you know those tow trucks, I guess they're called? No, they're not. Maybe they are. The ones that like it looks like you could drive onto like this huge like truck thing, and there's like open spots for cars. My entire life, if I'm behind one of those, I'm like, I want to floor it and drive my car up that thing. So intrusive thought, you know, I'm obviously not going to do it, but sometimes I'm like, what if I did? So I don't know, that might be, that's probably not anything we're talking about, but I don't know, whatever. Now you know a fact about me. So, all right, let's see. So with this Two of Cups and this Nine of Wands here, you guys have the Hierophant, and this is showing up as what to do. Oh, I kind of want to say believe in yourself, okay? I really do. I feel like there's something here in the terms of like really believing yourself, okay? That kind of stuff. Also, maybe there's something to do in the terms of like the way that you maybe learn something like classically, or even maybe initiating something here, okay? Or I don't really know if it's initiating. I think it's more so like basing something off of like your belief system, that kind of stuff. That might be part of whatever is going on here, you know? Certainly could be, especially if you are feeling maybe like that, maybe you're feeling like a particular group or two people, or I don't know, or something here. You're feeling like a sense of like, I don't like that, or they don't like me, or, you know, that kind of situation. There might be something about just kind of like going off of your own belief system in some sense, all right? Let's get another card for this Hierophant. I'm not exactly thrilled with that answer I just gave you. So what's this Hierophant about? Maybe, let's see. I would say bold print. Okay, so there's Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. I'm going to keep it as bold print. I don't know. That's what I'm feeling, okay? Maybe something about that. Or really looking for like the signs in something, or the symbolism in something, okay? Something about that, all right? There's something. That's what we were saying, okay? Cancer, like looking for, like we were saying, there's like clues everywhere. Like the information's like literally like plastered everywhere. That's what I'm feeling, okay? It's just not going to be as obvious. Actually, it is really obvious, but it's not obvious until you see it. And then it's like, how could I not see that? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm feeling. You have the Moon card. This is showing up as what to avoid. I would avoid avoiding your intuition. I would also avoid maybe doing something at night, okay? That could possibly be something here, but I just think that there's something where it's like, I don't know that you should really be like backing down from anything, but I also would avoid adding any like extra confusion to a situation, that kind of stuff. I also want to say maybe avoiding thinking that something has like totally gone like under the radar, that kind of stuff, okay? I do want to say that. So, all right, you have the Two of Swords and you have it with the Knight of Wands here. This is showing up for your opportunity. Yeah, this to me feels like, again, avoiding something on purpose, that kind of stuff. I don't exactly know why, but I feel like that really is your opportunity, is to like really, again, like avoiding something or ignoring something, that kind of stuff, okay? At the same time, I feel like there is something here where it's like, it might even be like retracing your steps or going back over something, that kind of stuff. I swear to God, I feel like that's when like the clarity hits, or that's when it's like, Oh, okay. Like now I get it. Like something about that. So maybe this was like your opportunity might be something that was like so out in the open and so like there it is. It might be that you have the opportunity to like to kind of like spontaneously understand something, or like all of a sudden be like, now I see the light, that kind of stuff. All right. That certainly could be. All right, this is an interesting reading. So you have the why do I feel like this Knight of Wands is a little panicky? Okay, I don't know. All right, so let's see. You guys have the Eight of Wands, and this is showing up as what to do. So yes, I think that there is definitely something in terms of saying something like so honestly and exactly what you mean, that kind of stuff, so that there is really like no room for confusion, that kind of stuff. All right, I'm definitely understanding that with this Eight of Wands here. Also, maybe with all this like, Knight of Swords, this, that, the other, like all this kind of stuff rolling around here. Maybe this has something to do with like a particular algorithm, okay? It could be like, you know what, we can just actually do something by computing something, or, something in that regard. That certainly could be part of whatever it is, okay? But I do understand this as kind of like going with the momentum, that kind of stuff, okay? Kind of going with it as opposed to against it. That's what I'm understanding here. Okay, you have the Ace of Wands, and this is showing up as what to avoid. Sorry, I also want to say you guys might be feeling like you want to block somebody or block something, that kind of stuff. I will say I intuitively understand that maybe that has to be done like extremely fast, okay? I feel it. I feel like there's timing is a thing here, okay? All right, so yeah, you have the Ace of Wands. This is showing up as possibly what to avoid. Again, I feel like this is an avoidance of like being quick to anger, or having like I just said this to one of the air signs, like using all of your energy like all at once, or that kind of stuff, because this feels exhausting just kind of looking at it. You know what I'm saying? Like it does feel like there's there's something about that feels kind of like exhausting, or you're feeling like you're always having to explain yourself, or being like, nope, that's not what I meant, or that was a misunderstanding, or that kind of stuff. That really can be exhausting. It certainly can. Okay, so maybe this is like, not doing something like immediately, but again, kind of like checking in on something, or something about that. All right, that kind of stuff. All right, that's kind of what I'm feeling here. I also think there's something about not breaking away from momentum once you kind of like get that, you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff, especially if this has to do with communication or explaining something. I mean, for me personally, that's really hard. If like your concentration gets like kind of cut off or anything like that, it's like, I don't know, that kind of thing. So, all right. So that's what I have for you guys, Cancer. I hope this reading was helpful and made sense, all that kind of stuff. If not, you could check your other placements. Otherwise, I will see you guys back for your next one. Thank you. Bye.